Let's hope this focuses. Hey you guys, I'm back at it again with another YouTube video. It's your girl Shay Shay, Sweet Shay Shay, whichever you guys want to call me. And today I have a special guest, Benji, here with me, of course. But I am sitting down today to talk to you guys about an updated video on me and my life and what's going on with me. I guess I kind of, you guys, I just tried to do my hair today. And it's just giving very much just like, it's giving ghetto. Okay guys, so first of all, I already filmed this video and I literally have it all recorded and everything, but I just felt like I didn't look right, so I'm filming it again. So today's video is basically an updated video about just like what's really been going on with me. I feel like I look so good with this hair. There's nothing wrong with looking at all you guys, but I gotta watch what I say, whatever. But I don't know, I just look, I don't know. Y'all like it? It's cute. It's not cute. I don't know. Okay. So today's video is basically, I wanted to sit down and do a video. Last time I talked to you guys, I was in my hotel. I was in an apartment and I was crying to you guys, telling you guys basically just how lost I felt. And just trying to find me again and just all of that. Like, that was literally what that video was about. So I'm just basically here to do it updated because y'all know I haven't been on here and I really do miss you guys. But I'm still in a place in life where I don't know, like I still don't know. Like, I don't know what it is that I want to do in my career. I don't know. I know I still want to have, you know, clothing line, still have businesses, still want to be a business owner. I know that, but I just don't know where to start off again because everything was really, I just don't even know how I did it in the first place, because being a business owner is not a walk in the park, especially just starting it. Like, I really don't know how I did it, and just trying to basically, I'm never starting over from scratch, but I am starting over. So I'm just trying to figure out, how do we get back in the game? You know, how do we get back in a place where I think also I'm just at a place where I don't want to be on the front line anymore. I don't want to be the main person. So I just want to be like behind the scenes. I don't really want to be like, of course people are always going to know who I am. No, that's Shay Shay, whatever, but I just want to be the one behind the scenes. You know, like whoever makes this pillow right here, I don't know her name, I don't know his name, but they're probably a millionaire. We don't know, right? I want to be that person. I don't want to be the person who's on the front line anymore. At least right now, that's just where I'm at. So as far as that, that's like what I like still have planned. I still want to be a business owner. I still want to do all of that. But I just don't know necessarily like where to start again in that lane. So that's why I've just been chilling like behind the scenes, not really doing much. And I haven't been on social media like that. Like, if I do, I'm on my Real It's Shay page. And, oh my gosh, hold on. Hello? So yeah, as far as like social media and all that, I'm only on the Real It's Shay page. I don't want to be like, I really got to a point, you guys, where the things that a girl should like to do, I really just started to dread, and I really didn't want to do it anymore. And that was literally like getting my nails done, getting my hair done. I really just literally stopped doing it because when I was doing it, I was doing it for work, and I wasn't doing it because, oh my gosh, like I want to go get my nails done, or oh my gosh, I want to go get my makeup done, or I want to try this new hairstyle, it'll be cute. It was more of for a look, and like, oh my gosh, like I gotta do this look so this hairstyle will go, this makeup will go. Like, it was more work than it was like an actual enjoyment. So I got to a point where I was just like, I don't even, like, for a couple weeks I didn't even touch my hair. I still haven't touched my nails. Makeup, I haven't got my makeup done. Like, I'm just in a place, like, I don't even want to put it on. Like, I don't even want, even like myself, not even going to somebody, but like, I don't even want to do it because it's like I've been doing it for so much. And once you get to that type of point in whatever in life, you got to hold back and be like, hold on. Because why am I starting not to like this? Like, I should love to do this. Like, I should want to go get my nails done. I should want to go get my makeup done and feel pretty. But I was doing it so much that I started to dread it. And I started to, like, hate it in a way. So I really had to backtrack from that. So as you guys know, like, I didn't even know if I wanted to do social media. That's a whole different conversation. Just the whole social media game. All of that. But that's like the main, I mean, not the main things. That's just the things that I wanted to get out of the way. Just to let you guys know, like, about, like, where I'm at with that. Like, why you guys aren't seeing me on there. I'm not making any income from social media at all right now. Like, I'm not doing anything that has to do with social media. Like, I just don't want to do it. If you don't need, like, I'm at that point, I don't want to be paid to do anything on social media. Like, I'll do it for free at this point. Like, that's just literally where I'm at. Because I'm just like, no. So that's that. And the main thing I really wanted to talk to you guys about was, is my walk with God. And because a lot of people have had a few questions, a lot of questions. I had a question come up recently about, you know, why don't I talk about God anymore? Why am I not doing, like, you know, like how I used to speak about God a lot on my social media platforms, and why I just don't speak about it anymore, speak about him anymore. So I want to share this because I think it's you guys know me, I'm very raw, I'm very just open about a lot of things in my life, and my walk with God, my relationship with God has always been something I have been public about. And what had happened was 2 years ago when I lost my best friend, I really had a really, like, separation from God. I really got really upset with God, not necessarily because he took my best friend, but because of how it played out and how it happened. I was just very angry because what a lot of people don't know is that my best friend was technically still alive, and we were outside of the hotel. Why do I keep saying hotel? Outside of the hospital the day that he had passed. But before he had passed, you know, we were sitting outside the hospital because it was during COVID time. And I literally, like, we all sat there and prayed, like 10 of us. Like, we literally sat there and prayed. And during this time, I was also really close to God. And I just felt like, you know, it wasn't like I was asking God to bring my best friend back to life and he was already gone. I was more just God, please let him stay here. And for my prayer to necessarily not get answered, I felt really betrayed by God, and I felt really hurt from him, and it made me astray from him, and it made me just really distant with God. I really haven't, literally up until now, I really am just now, like, starting to watch sermons again. Like, I recently just started watching my first few sermons. Like, I probably only watched 2 sermons. I've watched them during the 2 years, like, here and there, but, like, fully, like, wholeheartedly in it, like, recently. Like, I really just recently started to be like, okay, let's get back into this. I haven't really been able, like I said, I read my Bible throughout the years, but really opening my Bible and really having to, you know, I haven't did that in literally forever. So I really got to, what really pushed me to even say, like, forget whatever you got holding against God, Shelly, you need to fix what you got with God, and you need to get it right. And what pushed that was my mental health, and I really got to a really dark place, and that's like what really happened. It really pushed me out of my apartment and made me make that decision to move out of my apartment, and to make me be like, we gotta fix this. And that's why I quit social media, why I left my apartment, and why I was like, I need to have my relationship, I need to get my relationship with God back right, because I just found myself in a place where I was going to die. Like, if I'm being honest, like, I was so low in life where it was like, I have to get up. I have to get up again. Like, I literally have to figure it out. And in order to do that, in order to get my strength back, to get who I am back, I need God. So I had to figure out what made me astray from him, what made me pull away from him. And it was, you know, that situation. So, you know, I've been going through the healing process, talking to my therapist about it and all of that. But it's taking time. It's not happening overnight. But I want people to know that when I come on these platforms to talk about God, I do it wholeheartedly and authentically. So whenever I was speaking about God, or I was speaking, over the 2 years, I have 100% came on here and told y'all, you know, about, because I'm gonna tell you, even though I strayed from God, I always knew what was up with him. Like, I always knew God. So I always knew, like, God is a good God. No matter how I was, you know, feeling that betrayal from him, I knew who he was. So I will always still be that, but it hasn't been as strong. And I think you guys feel that. You guys are like, why aren't you, you know? And it's just because it's like, I'm not gonna speak, like, I can't go hard for something that I'm not really feeling, and I'm not gonna fake it for sure. So that was like a big thing that has been happening. But I just want to get on my platforms, and I want to be able to say that, you know, that your relationship with God is not always going to be on a high hill, because a relationship with God is just like a relationship with a friend, with like a best friend, or a sister, or a dad, or a mom. Like, it's a real relationship. So you're really going to have those real emotions when it comes to feeling betrayal, or when it comes to, like, if your dad betrayed you or your mom betrayed you, you feel this like, how could you, you know? And that was me. So that's like where I've been at. But I had to learn, I had to come to my senses and tell myself, how dare I question God, number one. And number two, just, who am I? But the same thing as number one, like, how dare you and who are you to even question God and what his story is? Because at the end of the day, the story has already been written. So who are you to sit here and tell God, why did you do this? Or why, you know, like, I sat here and it's just like, and I really learned that because I was watching an interview with Lauren London about her loss with Nipsey Hussle. And she talked about that, how she felt really like, you know, betrayal from God type thing. And she said God told her, like, why not you? Like, why not you? Like, why couldn't you go through that? Like, who are you to tell, you know, like, and that made me look at my situation, because I felt exactly how she felt. And I was like, wow. I had to learn that. And it was a lot of forgiveness, and a lot of forgiveness that I'm still doing towards God, that I have. But like I said, I always had God with me throughout these 2 years. God has always been with me, but it's a difference between, like, let me give an example. An example of this is like, you having a stranger by you, right? And it's like, they can introduce themselves, you can introduce yourself, right? But you really don't feel anything, because you really don't know that person, right? Versus you really getting to dig deep into who that person is. You feel something, you feel them with you, if that makes sense. They could be sitting right next to you, but you can't feel anything because you don't really know them like that. So that was just how it was with me over the 2 years. I was just like, I knew God was always with me, but I really didn't feel anything, because I wasn't digging deep into him. I wasn't getting into my word. I wasn't doing things that makes you crave him more, if that makes sense. So I had to learn, like, I don't want God to just be a stranger next to me anymore. I don't want him to, because just like any other relationship, you have to keep feeding, you know, into, if not, then you're just gonna be like, I don't even know you anymore. Like, I knew you, like, I knew you like a few months ago when we were talking all the time, when we was getting to know each other, but now I don't know you, because I don't know what's going on with you no more. We don't even talk. And that's how it is with God, because it's like, we're not even talking no more, you know? So that's just really where it's been at, and why I haven't been able to really come on my platforms and really talk about it. Because like I said, I haven't been reading my word. I haven't been really into it. So how am I gonna come on my platforms and speak about something with the fire that's not there? And I want to also say that the enemy does this, and the enemy, I don't want to always blame everything on the enemy, but like, the enemy comes to, he wants to astray you from God. He wants you to pull away from God. He wants you to look at God differently. He wants you to, you know, look at him in a different way. That's literally what the enemy wants all of us to do. And unfortunately, I have always known where home was, but unfortunately I got into that place where I did astray from God, and I did look at him differently when I never should have, when I should have just known that it was just a part of the story, it was just a part of the plan. And that's why, like, I also want to come on here and tell you guys too, is that, like, I'm really learning that with just everything in my life that I'm going through, is that it's just a part of the plan, it's a part of the story. Whatever pain you're going through, God, like, people always say, don't say that, like, you know, God doesn't, you know, people be like, God gives, you know, God will only give you so much you can handle. I really do believe that. A lot of people don't, but I really do believe that God is only going to put you through what he knows that you can get through. Like, it's already written in your story that, you feel me, like, you're going to get through it, because it's like, in the end, everything's going to be okay. So if it's not okay, that just means it's not the end, and there's more. You got to keep just walking it out and fighting it out, and in the end you'll win. So I think, like, in life, it can defeat you a lot can defeat you, a lot can like make you feel less than, and make you like feel like just weak, but you are strong. You have to dig deep inside and find that strength that's within, that God gives us as his children. God gives us that strength that is within, and we have to like be able to grab it and like dig deep inside and find it, because it's gonna get in there. It's gonna be, you gotta dig for it, you know. Sometimes you gotta really dig deep in there to find what it is that God has placed deep inside of you. But yeah, I really just want to say that my walk with God hasn't always been, and it's not always going to be highs, like always highs. Like, I don't know if people talk about this, I don't know if people don't, but your relationship with God is just like any other relationship. You have your highs and your lows, but at the end of the day, you have to know that God is God, and God has already written the plan. Like, he has already written your story. So it's like, you just have to trust it, and you have to walk with it, even when you don't understand it, and even when you don't understand why God is putting you through certain things. It's for a reason, and it's for your greater like your greater good. Like, it's gonna like be, it's gonna work in your favor in the end, if that makes sense. So that's just where I'm at. That's where I'm at in life. That's literally, this is just my mindset right now. It's just, I tell myself every time something like that is trying to knock me, that it's just a part of the plan, it's just a part of the story. Like, because God is really just using us. God placed me here to do a job, and once my job is done, then I'm done. So any experiences that I have, whether that's with humans or whatever experience that I have with any relationships or anything that I go through, it's just a part of it. Like, it's a part of the plan, and it was just an experience. I don't possess anybody, I don't own anybody, and I have it even with death. Like, it is a brutal experience to our fleshly side, but it's a beautiful experience to our spiritual side, because we know that this is not our home. We know that this is just a place that God has placed us here to do a job. So once our job is done, then we go home. So why should we be sad or defeated that our loved one got to go home? You know, like, why be so let down by that? We should be joyful about it, actually, because it's like, they don't have any more worries, no pain, nothing that this worldly world consumes of. They don't get to deal with that anymore. They get to go home to the kingdom. So it's like, why be so angry about that? You know, but that's how the enemy wants our minds to think. He wants us to think that we should be angry when we should be joyful. We should be celebrating our funerals instead of mourning. That's a different conversation for a different time, y'all. But yeah, it's a part of it, but that's literally my fleshly side speaking, y'all. I have a flesh, that is my spiritual side speaking. I have my fleshly side, and my fleshly side hurts, and it feels very betrayed, and it feels really like, why did you let this happen, God? But the spiritual side knows that everything has its reasoning and its purpose. And just like this scripture says, Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1 through 8, it talks about there's a time and a place for everything. And that everything has its timing, and everything, there's a time to mourn, there's a time to cry. Oh wait, hold on, we finna finish this YouTube video out with this scripture, y'all. Hold on, I should know about her. Literally my favorite scripture. A time for everything. Ready? There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build up. To build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. Ah! What? Like, literally, you guys. Ah! That is so good. You guys, literally my favorite. That's like my next tattoo, because it's like I feel that so much, like, especially in this time of my life. Like, there's a timing for everything, and I really, like, I could really cry right now, but like, I feel that so much. Somebody needs to hear that there's a time for everything. Literally, there's a time for everything. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna end it off right there. But I hope this video finds someone well who is probably dealing with what I'm dealing with, or going through what I'm going through, who can relate, who has been here, who hasn't, or is going to be here. It's a part of the plan. It's a part of the story. And I'm okay, you guys. I know that a lot of you guys are actually wondering, probably thought this video was about something else, but it's not. But I am here to let you guys know that I'm okay. And like I said, this is really how I'm feeling right now. Like, this is really me, and me really believing that whatever happens in my life, and even no matter what comes tomorrow or what may come after I end this video, everything is just a part of my story, and it's already written, and God already knew. He already knew he already knows ahead. God knows the end at the beginning. So everything's gonna be okay, and I genuinely know that, and I feel that, because like they say, everything is gonna be okay in the end, and if it's not okay, it's not the end. So I love you guys all so very much, and I hope you guys like this video. Like, comment, subscribe to your girl's channel. Here goes out. Ah! Woo! Benji, say bye to the YouTube, son. Oh my God, say bye.